Welcome to this video guide on how to draw process flowcharts. You will learn, step by step, how to map the work of care. This course is designed for managers, quality teams, and clinical leaders. No special software is required. This video is divided into 6 parts. We will cover why flowcharts matter, the symbol language, and the different levels and types of maps. Then, we will walk through an 8-step drawing process, rules of the craft, and finish with a practical example. Part 1. Why flowcharts matter. Care is delivered through processes. To improve a process, you first need to see it clearly. A flowchart is the most effective tool to make that work visible. Healthcare runs on processes, even when they are not documented. When these processes remain invisible, they often result in daily firefighting and crises. By mapping the process, you transform invisible work into a shared, improvable picture. A process is simply a chain of transformations, an input, an activity, and an output. Each step must visibly transform the input. If nothing changes, the step might be unnecessary waste. A flowchart is a graphic representation of the sequence of activities and decisions used to produce a specific outcome. It shows the real path of work, including choices, weights, and loops, serving as the ground truth for your team. Why draw a flowchart? First, it provides a shared language for the team. Second, it makes waste, such as delays and rework, visible. Third, it creates common ground for discussion. Finally, it serves as a foundation for designing a better future state. A good chart highlights specific patterns: delays between steps, rework loops, handoffs between roles, duplication of efforts, needless movement, and communication breaks where information fails to follow the patient. Managers reach for a flowchart for many reasons: starting improvement projects, performing risk reviews or failure mode analysis, documenting for accreditation, training new staff, designing new services, or investigating specific clinical incidents. Part 2. The symbol language. Flowcharts rely on standardized shapes. By mastering these 7 symbols, you ensure that any colleague in any department can read your map without needing a separate legend. Here is the standard symbol set. You have terminators, activities, decisions, flow lines, connectors, and symbols for documents or data. These 6 symbols cover the vast majority of healthcare processes. The terminator symbol marks the start and end of your process. Choosing these boundaries is a critical management decision that defines your project's scope. Always use one start and an end for every possible exit. The activity box is the workhorse of your chart. Use a rectangle for each step, written as a verb plus a noun. Keep the wording consistent and limit each box to a single action to ensure clarity and accountability. Decision diamonds represent points where paths split. Use them for answerable questions and ensure every branch is clearly labeled. If you have more than 3 exits, consider splitting the decision into 2 simpler questions. Finally, flow lines indicate the direction of work. Aim for top to bottom or left to right flow. Any arrow pointing up or left indicates a loop. Scanning for these backward arrows is an easy way to spot rework in your finished chart. Next, let's discuss connectors. These symbols are essential for managing page flow without creating a mess of crossing lines. Use lettered circles for jumps within a single page and numbered tabs for links between pages of a multi-page chart. For documentation and systems, use the document shape for paper artifacts and the cylinder for digital touchpoints like health records. Attaching these beside your activity steps instantly reveals potential double documentation. When performing deep analysis, use this advanced symbol set to distinguish value-adding operations from waste. By clearly labeling delays, storage, inspection, and transport, your chart makes an immediate visual argument for process change. Part 3. Levels and types. Processes can be mapped at different altitudes. Whether it's a panoramic view or a close-up, choosing the right level of detail for your goal is half the skill of a good analyst. The high-level flowchart offers a panoramic view, typically showing 6 to 12 blocks. It's ideal for scoping projects and aligning leadership, as it intentionally omits granular detail to highlight the overall journey and major delays. The detailed flowchart acts as your microscope. By drilling down into a single high-level block, you can expose hidden rework loops and complexity. Only use this level once you have identified the specific problem area. When choosing your altitude, remember the goal. Use macro for scoping, the swimlane for mapping accountabilities, and micro for targeted redesign. Start high and only zoom in where the problems actually live. The swimlane map adds accountability to your flowchart. By laying the process over horizontal bands representing different roles or departments, you can clearly see who performs each step and identify potential handoff issues. Handoffs in a swim lane are where most processes fail. Every time an arrow crosses a lane, a handoff occurs. These points are prone to delays and errors. Tracking them helps you measure the risks in your care delivery. Finally, consider two close cousins of the flowchart: the value stream map, which adds performance data to identify wait times, and the spaghetti diagram, which visualizes the physical path taken through a workspace. Part 4. Drawing it. Now, we will walk through the 8-step method. This is a repeatable process designed to take a team from a blank wall to a verified, current state map in a single workshop. Our 8-step method is divided into 2 phases. The first 3 steps focus on preparation, people, purpose, and boundaries. The final 5 steps involve the actual observation and drawing process. Step 1 is getting the right people. Include those who perform the work daily, such as nurses and clerks, rather than just supervisors. Their frontline perspective is essential for an accurate map. Step 2 is agreeing on purpose, format, and level. Determine what decisions the map will support before you begin. Starting with a high-level view is often best to keep the team focused. Step 3 is setting the boundaries. Define the exact trigger event and the final outcome. By pinning these start and end points on the wall, you prevent scope creep and ensure the team stays on track. Step 4. Walk the process. Go to where the work happens and watch it in real time. Memory maps the ideal, but observation maps the reality. You need to see the actual path, including the messy workarounds, to understand the real flow. Step 5. Capture and sequence the steps. Use one sticky note per step, verb plus noun, and arrange them in order. Let the team debate and rearrange them. Flexibility at this stage is exactly what you want. Step 6. Add decisions and branches. Follow the most common path first, then loop back for the exceptions. If you hit a point where the room is unsure what happens, add a cloud and assign it to an owner. Step 7. Verify and validate. Read the chart aloud to ensure the team can walk a real case through it. Then, put it in front of staff who weren't in the workshop. Their fresh eyes will catch the missing details. Step 8. Analyze, then digitize. Mark the waste, the weights and loops on your paper map before moving to software. Finally, add a date and owner. An unowned map will quickly become obsolete. Part 5. Rules of the craft. Small disciplines separate a chart people trust from a chart people squint at. We will look at layout, wording, lines, and the common pitfalls you should avoid. First, layout. Keep your flow consistent, either top to bottom or left to right. Use an invisible grid for alignment and keep symbols evenly spaced. White space is helpful, but if the page is too crowded, it's time to start a new chart. For wording, remember the newest hire. Use a verb and a noun for each activity. Avoid jargon and internal acronyms. If a step requires an and in the description, it's likely 2 steps that should be split. When it comes to lines, never leave the reader guessing. Every line needs an arrowhead, and lines should never cross. Use connectors to jump across the page, and always label every branch coming out of a decision diamond. Be aware of these 7 common mistakes: mapping the ideal process, boiling the ocean, adding too much detail too soon, failing to label branches, leaving out frontline staff, creating, quote, spaghetti routing, and forgetting to assign an owner. Part 6. Flowcharts in action. Let's look at a realistic case study, an unscheduled clinic visit. We will map it, add performance data, and use those insights to redesign the process. This chart shows the current state of an unscheduled visit. Notice the boundaries. It starts when the patient arrives and ends when they leave. The flow includes triage decisions and a rework loop when diagnostics return to the clinician. When we add time to this chart, the waste becomes visible. Notice that half of the total visit time is spent waiting. No one can argue with these numbers. They provide a clear, objective case for change. Finally, we move from the current state to the future state. We consolidate the front door, eliminate redundant questions, and create a fast track for simpler cases. This reduces steps, waits, and handoffs without changing the staff or rooms. Thank you for watching. Remember, pick one frustrating process this week, grab some sticky notes, and start mapping. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be honest. Map well and improve often.